A lot of people don't have that skill set. A lot of people don't know. And I think that's, if as a business owner, as a leader, it could even be in your own family, how do you help them to be able to communicate in a way that's going to be impactful and meaningful?
How do you manage communication in your business across everyone?
So for us, I think the very first thing is you do need to have a framework. You do need to have a system because everyone is going to be different.
I think there's real power behind the ability to communicate.
Like, it's not going to be easy. You have to put in the reps and do the work.
Is that a condition?
What?
Like the thing of like, it's not easy. Like we have to like, it's like we're always justifying it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy it's not easy building a business. It's like, why do we have to say that?
I think there is no excuse for you not to be the best version of yourself for free.
You know what I'm happy to never ever do?
What's that?
Hot air ballooning.
Yeah, I've got no desire.
It's gonna be the stupidest shit.
Oh, you get up in the air and it just fucking, which way are we going? Whichever way the wind takes us.
I was
Like, you cannot steer the thing. You know
it's
what
like
I mean?
it's dude, I was on the way to work yesterday morning and there was people hot air ballooning near Port Melbourne
Yeah.
as I was coming in. And I'm looking at him and the guy was dropping and the thing wasn't on. And they're dropping and they're dropping. And then he lights the thing up and they're like giving it gas and they're dropping. And I'm like, that's some, like we got helicopters and shit. What are you guys doing? Do you know what I mean? That's some stupid, I'm not saying I'd never do it. I'm saying I would.
You're not going out of your way to do it.
I wouldn't be sad at all if I never did it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh.
See, I kind of feel like that about skydiving too. I know you've done it, but I've got no desire to be like, oh, I want to go jump out of a plane. Like, why? I'm fucking good here on the floor. It's great.
Yeah, but so that's a fear.
No. I don't think I'm fearful of
100%
it.
a fear.
No, you reckon? Why?
What? You got to jump out of a plane. It's fucked.
Oh, I'm sure in the moment, like there's a level of adrenaline and anxiety. Like I get that, but I don't think it's something that I fear. That I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm scared of heights, all that sort of shit. I would do it, but I've got no desire to go out and do it. Like there's a risk of death. Yeah.
There's a risk of death when you cross the road.
I know, but that actually, probably from a statistic point of view, it's probably more risk crossing the road than what there is jumping out of a plane.
It is, when I did it, it is a big relief when the parachute comes out. Like, oh, it's very rough when the parachute comes out, by the way. It's not smooth. Yeah, it's like you're getting pulled up into your...
Yeah, you're kind of almost, you're kind of, if you're
free
dropping
falling,
it
and
at
then
however many
boom,
Ks
you're
an
like,
hour.
whoa, like, Jesus, that was rough on...
All aspects.
Yeah. I was trying not to be too graphic.
Yeah. But look,
Fuck hot air balloons. That's what I just want to
get rid of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. All of them.
Ban hot air balloons.
Although we could get some branded hot air balloons. That might be all right.
Yeah. If you're gay.
With rainbows on
So
it.
yeah, what sort of
I don't know.
what sort of branding is that going to be?
I don't know.
Look at
I don't
us. We've got a balloon.
They cannot steer. They know which
We
way it's
can't
going.
Control. Surely they have some control.
They've got none, bro. None.
Zero?
They wait. They look at the weather forecast
The
in the
wind,
morning.
they have zero.
I'm telling you, cannot steer the things.
Wow.
It's like
I was dissing them before I knew that.
They go up and it's like, okay, we anticipate we're going to go in this direction because of the wind and we'll bring it down in this area.
So the wind changes and
They're fucked. They're out at sea. They're gone. The guys are fucked. I'm telling you.
serious?
I swear to God, YouTube it or chat it or Google it or do whatever you do these days. Do you go to chat before Google these days?
depends what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
If it's information, yes. If it's a restaurant or something, nah.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, because yesterday I went to look up the payload of one of the utes I've got for my employees because I had to go pick up some heavy shit and I needed to see how much the ute could take. And I was going to I actually opened up Google. I'm like, hang on, what the fuck? And then I opened up chat. Chat found, like, because if I went to Google, it would show me the pages. I'd then have to go to them. I'd have to read. I'd have to. So and I put in the make, the model, everything. It searched it for 10 seconds and it goes, cool. These are all the models. These are all the payloads that they can take. Go. And I was like, oh, how good's that? And then I called the bloke up. Oi.
You got to be careful.
You got to tow.
It's not, sometimes it's not 100% right.
Oh, it was close enough.
Yeah.
It said 750 and what I put in the back was 600. So whatever.
But people forget. Google has.
Oh, the AI now
Yeah.
up the top. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But funny you mention that because one thing we're doing now is, so for all of our SEO clients, we actually, there's an aspect of the strategy that is, it's what they call GEO.
Yeah.
So it's generative engine optimization.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all about making sure that we get found on chat as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you have to.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Did you know? I'm going to say this because it's going to be here first, but soon we're going to run ads on ChatGPT.
Oh, no
Like
shit.
sooner than people think this year.
So you'll see there, and then it'll be like a banner on the side.
I don't know what the.
Or it'll be like, oh, before we go, before I give you that answer, check out the latest from our sponsor.
Yeah, or it might be like, you know what I mean? Like if you're paid ads and they say, who's a builder in the area?
Oh, they'll
It's
give
like,
you yours.
yeah, here's, Pascon's one of the builders that, we know quite
operate in this area.
Blah, 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 they're sponsored or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's going to be massive.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea.
Get on fast.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. How's Trump the other day? Dropping an F-bomb. Do you think people made a big deal about it?
It's the first time a president's ever sworn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, since 1700 or something.
Yeah, good on him. Richie did it just to be the next, just to be the first since the last.
I think he. Well, what's your take on the whole?
I reckon behind closed doors, he'd be dropping F-bombs everywhere. He'd be dropping F-bombs and real bombs. There you go. Said it here. No, I reckon he'd be, he'd just be like one of the blokes talking shit, going, oi, stop fucking around, get this done. I don't want to hear this, sign this policy, get it done. You know what I mean? But I reckon there was probably a level of frustration in what he was saying. Like, I don't think he dropped it on purpose in the sense of to be political. I think he was just talking because they've been fighting for so long that neither of them know what the fuck they're doing. They walked off.
What's your take on the whole situation?
I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, okay.
I can't. Is that embarrassing? I don't know. I just don't.
No, it's not really.
It's kind of. I get it's important. It's probably the biggest thing happening in the world at the moment. But I just don't know about it and either side. I'm sure both sides have much to blame. And you know what the fuck thing is about war in this instance? It's egos. It's two fucking blokes on either side are dictating the lives of millions of people.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's fucking two men behind a desk
Sad.
in a fucking comfy room, nice and warm in their mansions, going, oh, fuck this guy. I don't like his beard. I don't like this. We were here first. They were there next. They came here. They did that. We're going to bomb you. We're going to bomb you. And the people that lose out are the civilians.
Just the average human.
Every human there. That's who loses out. And that's what's sad about it. And then it creates generational hate between those people. It's like, okay, when I hear someone, and this happens, mind you, still, Greeks and Turks, all right?
Enemies.
They don't like each other. And I'll look at that. I go, are you a fucking idiot?
Yeah, but honestly.
Are you a dumb cunt? Are you the dumbest person going around? Like, this is something that, yes, it happened. It happened hundreds of years ago and it was a real thing and it was bad. But are you seriously carrying that hate for that person because of those things that happened back then?
So, okay.
Unless it was like genuinely your grandparents and then they passed their wounds on. And
that happens though.
It is. It's that. There is an element of that. And I'm sure that's what's going to happen now with this war in Israel and what's going on there. That's going to happen with those people. But that already
happens.
Yeah, that's been going on and as Trump said, it's been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to...
70.
Oh, whatever it's been. Yeah. Yeah, but that's a long time, man. That's a long time. Those people, I guarantee you, like I've got Instagram on my Instagram feed. Every now and then you'll scroll past and someone puts on their stories about one side or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're very passionate. No, they did this first. Look at this. Look at what they're doing. They're starving children of water. They're doing this. And it's like, again, I just flick through it because I don't want to consume my mental space with any of that stuff. But yeah, just make love, not war.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know why I tend to like it. I'm not when I say I tend to like it, not
from a interest point of view.
I tend to have some level of interest in it.
Yeah.
Only when the US gets involved. Like
when they put those bombers through the other day, they had those stealth bombers go through and bomb.
Yeah, which I thought was a big mistake personally. But like, why you?
They just didn't want them to have. What is it?
I kind of lost a lot of respect for Trump, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, he went and dropped the bomb. It's like, imagine you and someone are having a fight, and then I go and I punch that person in the face, and then I say, "Now make peace."
Yeah, I saw that. I thought,
and then it's like,
as well. They were stop. It's like, was it nuclear? They were trying to stop him from having nuclear weapons or something like that.
That's what they tell you.
Yeah, that's right.
That's That's the media.
Yeah. That's right.
Is that true or not? I don't know.
That's right.
But we don't know what's true and what's not.
No.
But yeah, I also think he's not in control.
Who?
Trump.
He's not in control?
Nah.
In what regard?
Do you think that was his own decision?
Of his doing? Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think he sat there? Oh, let's bomb him.
Mm.
He was coming in saying anti-war, ceasefires, let's make peace, going to stop everything in Gaza, blah, blah, blah.
Interesting, isn't it?
And if someone made you do that with the plan that this is what they do, and then they didn't do their bit, that's when you'd be pissed off and swear on television.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I find it, maybe I'm getting older. Maybe.
I used to be terrified of war when I was a kid, like
Why?
under 10. I just used to think, oh, I'm going to go to war. Like, we're going to go to war and I have to fight. That my dad's going to have to go. I don't know why. Like, safest
But
country
it
in the
must
world.
have, yeah, it must have,
I think it would have been something somewhere I saw.
yeah, it must have been fed through from somewhere.
It could have been the news. You know what I mean? They all show the doom and gloom. So I probably saw it there and then I was scared of it. But I'd like to think if I was in a room with people, say I was a world leader, which, you know, it's going to happen soon. I'll start with Premier first.
Premier first, yeah.
Got to start there.
Vote one.
Vote 1, GP.
We're going to get hate on this video.
Huh?
We're going to get hate on this video now.
I'd be upset if we didn't.
We
If I was in a room, I
Australian
reckon I could. Come on, guys. Shake hands. Let's go.
You reckon?
I reckon I'd be pretty good at it. Happened to me the other day. I was in a meeting with some heavy hitters. And
Some heavy hitters.
yeah,
Okay.
they were, I don't want to give anything away, but there was 2 parties. I was the third. There was 2 parties there that were butting heads in the sense that egos were getting in the way. I want you to do this. No, you need to do this because that's what the documents say. All right.
So is this construction related?
Yeah, construction related.
Yep.
I'm not going to give anything away because it's sensitive. But there was 2 people there and they're punching on. And I'm like, guys, can I just interject? Can I just step in just for a second? Can we put on our logical heads for 1 minute? Okay. You're saying to do this, but you're going to pull it down anyway. Okay. How about instead of us going to the effort of having to do all the work and do this, you're going to have to pay for that. Yes? Yes, I am. Great. You're going to rip it down, aren't you? Yes. Great. How about you give that person $1,000 and you call it a day and just move on to the next thing? And then like they both took a step back. They're like, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. All right, I go, let's just be logical about this. Just for a second. Just be logical. Okay. And I'll go, and I was stepping over the line a little bit. I didn't need to talk. But I just said, like, guys, let's just be logical. There's no benefit to either party of you guys doing this right now. It's going to take longer for us to do the work. And then you're going to have to pull it down anyway. So I like to think in a lot of those situations, I can often remove myself. I take that step back. I kind of feel that in stressful situations, I try not to get emotional these days. There are definitely times where I do, where I'll get in and I let my emotions get the better of me. And when that happens, I think it ends up being a negative consequence as a result. Because it happened to me the other day where I just lost it at someone. I just said, go fuck yourself. Okay, I'm not listening to this. I'm done. See you later. And then I was like, fuck, I need him to do some work for me. So, but in every other situation, when I'm in that position, I feel that I actually rise to the occasion. And I think that's a really good skill set because I don't care about it. It definitely becomes an ego thing and a pride thing, I believe. You know, you want to be right. You want to be the alpha. You want to be this. I would rather get the result and everyone wins. And I think that's a really good skill in life and in business if you can do that.
Isn't it the same thing though?
With
Like,
what?
you're trying to aim for so you put your pride, isn't it the pride? So do you get pride from getting the result though?
Yeah, there's a level of it.
Think about that, yeah.
For sure. There's probably ego in that too.
Yeah.
Hey, I solved this problem because I'm so good at conflict resolution.
Yeah, because I know there's some people that I just realized that door's open. There's some people that I know that would get on board with an idea if it's theirs.
Yeah.
But it's like if someone else contributes that idea, they'll be like, oh. And then it's like, oh, like you need to feel like you contributed to buy in
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then it's like, and then to work with those people, you generally plant the seed and then let them say, fuck, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, you're like,
That's the next level.
think of
Isn't
that
it?
yourself?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the next level. Just plant the seed and let them let them
And
come
you're
up
like,
with the idea.
wow, this is,
You guys are amazing.
you guys are doing great work here. But yeah, I think communication might be the most,
Yeah.
arguably, the most powerful, maybe the second most powerful
What's the first?
skill. I think the first is your ability to think. That's the first. Because if you're stuck on an island, talking to the trees, not going to help you. No matter how persuasive you are, not
Come
gonna
on,
help.
Wilson.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but like,
Talk
yeah,
to
that was
Wilson.
good entertainment. I'm sure he didn't have a good time.
Yeah.
But hey, I've seen that movie.
I'm actually surprised you got the reference. I'm really surprised you
Yeah.
got the reference there.
See?
A 20-year-old movie. You've seen that one.
But yeah, I think there's real power behind the ability to communicate.
Without a doubt. I think it's you are bang on in professional and personal life.
Oh,
Without a doubt.
everything.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with my wife yesterday and she was getting quite emotional. Who would have thought?
No way,
Who would have thought?
Nicole.
Yeah. Women in general.
Women in general.
Who would have thought?
It's just not something you see.
It's just not something. It's so bizarre.
Um,
Anyway, I could see the direction that the conversation was going. Like it could have brewed. Like if I bit back, it was on for young and old. But I kept calm, cool, collected the whole time. Made jokes about what she was upset about. All right.
dangerous.
It was dangerous,
Yeah.
but it was like it was a level of listening.
Yeah.
Going, yes, I agree. Hang on, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm like, fuck off, but in a funny way. And then she's like, and then anyway, I controlled the situation. And again, a level of ego, but the communication aspect of that, I could have very easily gone, no, look what, I'm busy. I'm not putting up with this shit. Just sort your shit out. Okay. I'm done, whatever. And hung up. And then you're in a bad mood for the rest of the day. She's in a bad mood for the rest of the day. You get home, dinner's not cooked or it's cold out of principle. But yeah, communication is so key. Even with your kids as well. How do you communicate with your kids? Because a lot of the time I see this too. I see this quite often being a parent and having young kids. I see other parents that are short with their children in the sense of the way they speak to them. And it's like, hurry up, like stop sitting, like move it, get going, put your shoes on, do this. Hey, relax, dude. How lucky are you? You got fucking a healthy kid. Just talk to them. They're doing everything they are designed to do. Not listening and be a child and and be curious and run around and have all this fun and do what they want to do. Like that's part of what they are. So being able to communicate to children in a way that's impactful and meaningful, that's the challenge.
You know what bothers me? When you see people who are the least friendly to their own. And it's like when they're out and clients and friends and hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And then like you talk to the kids and the kids are like, my mum's never like this.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what do you mean? And then like, oh. And then you see her at home.
Yeah.
And then it's like a whole different, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
It's like inconvenience. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like, listen to me, go to bed.
Oh, I never do this.
I can't
blah, blah,
wait
blah.
to have 10 minutes to myself. I'm like, fuck, man, your shit's broken when you're thinking like that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's so bizarre. So bizarre.
It's not easy being a parent. It's a challenging thing. And hey, have I been like that? Yes. Have I yelled at my kids? Yes.
What? Okay, so tell me what in life is like, this is fucking too easy. Like, what's that thing that's worth it? That's so easy. What?
Cake. Too easy.
Have you ever tried to make a cake?
No, eating a cake.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Yes, I know what you're saying. Anything worth doing is always going to take effort.
Yeah.
Always.
It's like,
So now you said 6-pack by September, and it's like you've been training every single day, dropped a few kegs,
me, of course.
and
On.
yeah, that's it. It's on. Like it's not going to be easy. You have to put in the reps and do the work.
Is that a condition?
What?
Like, the thing of like, it's not easy. Like, we have to like, it's like we're always justifying it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not easy it's not easy building a business. It's like, why do we have to say that?
Yeah, it's probably if it's like a security blanket. If you fail, oh well, it wasn't easy.
Make you feel better?
Yeah.
Like a coddle.
Could be.
Speaking of coddling, did you see that
What's-
Gary Vee
What's
video?
coddling?
Coddling?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's okay, George.
Oh, okay.
You know? It's kind of like when your kid's like, if your kid falls, no, you're fine, you're fine. Don't worry about that kid. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Don't know. Failed year 11 English.
Did you get that far? Did you get that? I didn't get that far. Did you say Gary Vee video?
No, I missed that one. I don't see heaps of his content anymore, but yeah, I missed that one.
Oh, dude, I'll send it to you later. I won't talk about it. But it's a great video. But yeah, that's, I think.
Are we going to give context now to people?
Nah, they can follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
Maybe we'll share it. Maybe we won't.
Maybe we will.
Nah, he talks
we
about
won't.
he talks about a video where because he mentions coddling in the video. That's why I thought of it. And it's a video where someone gets 3 years notice that the company is changing cities, and if they want to stay with the company, they have to work remotely. But if they work remotely, there's no opportunity to grow in the business, but they can keep their job.
Yeah.
And the person was complaining.
Mm.
And then Gary Vee's like, what the fuck? Like, and he's sitting flipping out. He's like, you're entitled, you're this, you're that. He goes, 3 years.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
And he's like, dude, you know how he gets squeaky? Like squeak level. Like, through the roof.
Through the
It's
roof.
so funny, man. I'll share it with you. It's hilarious. It's like a 2.5 minute thing of him just going off.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like,
so true though.
Fuck.
So good. So good. Yeah, but that just goes to show like how much people are in their lane from the perspective of fuck, like 3 years, I have to find a job in 3 years. I have to leave my security blanket and go outside of the zone.
Have to.
I know, but you know what I mean? Things have to change. No, I like it here.
Yeah.
Funny, like I had that even with some employees when we moved office. Like some of them were like, oh, I like the old office better. This one is 10 times better. They were just used to their space, their corner, their commute to work, and now it's a little bit different. And that change affects people. We had role changes within the business. And when they first got into that role, like, oh, you know, what if I don't like it? And now they're doing it and they're really good at that role. They go, I knew you would be because I know, I can see your skill set. I can see how you are. And now they're killing it in that role. And yeah, people often resist change.
Speaking of change and employees and communication, how do you, this is actually a good thing to talk about. How do you manage communication in your business across everyone? Do you know what I mean?
Like what tools do I use or just how do we?
Everything.
Yeah.
So one, how do you, do you hold regular meetings?
Yep.
Do you
Yep.
do one-on-one catch-ups? How do you control communication between people?
Yeah, how do you do
Yeah.
That's
Do you know what I
a great
mean?
question.
Like, how do you make sure
So
that this person? Because I'll give you an example before you explain. Our marketing coordinator has gone and given a job to our graphics designer.
Mhm.
The graphics designer has gone and put all their heart into this job, and brought the job. Yeah, it's done. Cool here, and then they brought it to me, and I was like,
it's rubbish.
"The fuck is this? No, it's not rubbish.
Ah.
It's not what
you
we
asked.
wanted."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, like, I feel bad because like she tried, like she put in a lot of effort into it. You can tell by the work.
Mm.
And I'm like, this is probably
stuff.
good for someone else,
Mm.
but this is not what we
Not the brief.
requested. Yeah, it's not. And I'm like, I looked at it and I'm thinking to myself, who do you blame here? Do you blame the person for not understanding the job? Do you blame the person for the directions given? Or do you blame yourself and say, I should have overseen this better?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, how do I control that communication between them two? Because in my opinion, it's everyone's fault.
There's a level of responsibility.
Yeah, there's a level of responsibility across everyone.
Should have asked, should have given better direction, should have let it,
Yes.
you know?
You know what I mean? And then it's like, how do you, this is a problem I actually got to deal with today. How do you, especially like in construction, there would, I assume, trades, this guy, that guy, contractors, team, admin, architect, engineer.
Yeah, heaps. So good question. I think, and in that environment, you're very true. Like there's so many stakeholders you have to communicate with. So there's got to be a level of, you need to be a good communicator in order to be able to get the result. So I think
what does
first
that
of all,
mean?
you've got to, what? As in,
Good communicator.
so as in to get your message across at what needs to be done
No,
or the request
yeah,
that needs to happen.
What is a good communicator? Like, what
Someone
makes-
that I suppose gets that result and is able to do it in a way that's efficient and is able to do it in a way that's not, combative and is collaborative. So for us, I think the very first thing is you do need to have a framework. You do need to have a system because everyone is going to be different. As we said earlier, the way your parents spoke to you as a kid growing up are probably ways that you're going to speak to other people. And often on a construction site, it's, dealing with adult children, trying to get them to coordinate and do work together and all this sort of stuff. So I think the very first thing is to have a framework or a system in place of how you communicate. So for example, we used to have this when I first started, and I've learned this along the years. So when I first started my business, my old man would be running the construction sites. I would be running the office. I would have trades call me and say, "Oh, what time do you want me to be on site? Or what day, and what do you want to do here, and what do you want to do there?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. Do you want me to come Monday?" "Yeah, go Monday, I guess." And then Monday would come, and Steve was like, "No, I'm pouring concrete. What are you doing here?" And it's like that miscommunication. And then we found that some of the trades were actually playing me and Steve off each other. And they were going, "Oh, George said for me to be here Monday." And Steve told me that I could invoice this because it's extra work. And then we got to that point where we realized that was happening, and we said, "Cool, we got to have a system. Say, all site-related queries go through this person. All administration through this person." So we established that from day one with all the trades. I go, "Don't call." And then also being disciplined enough not to answer those questions. So when a trade calls me up and says, "Hey, what day do you want delivery?" I'd say, "Have you spoken to Simon? Have you spoken to Steve?" Like, yeah. Even if I might know the answer, I don't tell him, because I want to go, "Cool, next time you won't call me. You will call this person." So I'll say, "Yeah, speak to Steve. Have you spoken to Steve?" "No, I haven't." They go, "What are you calling me for?" Steve runs the sites. Simon runs the sites. Whoever it is, go to them. And then vice versa. So communicating that process of how communication comes in and out is really important. And we do that from day one, like with any trade we get in.
Who to speak to?
Yeah. So we say, "Yeah, no, you got an accounts email? Cool, speak to D. You've got a administration email, question, you speak to Angelo," and so on and so forth. And then it trickles down from there. So we establish that. Within the team, there's that level as well. So I try now tell the guys, because I told you the other day, I get like 100 emails. So I've told the team, "Oi, don't CC me in emails. I don't need to know that you've emailed the carpenter."
Did you do that because of our conversation?
Oh, it followed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Because I was look, I had that before. I did have it before, but then it just creeps in again. And if I'm really stepping into this CEO role, I don't need to be CC'd in the email of the drawings. Yeah, of the drawings going to a contractor for pricing. I just don't need to know that. Like, what's the other than me going click, file? That's all I do. I don't read it. And it's just a waste. Then I just get 300 emails.
Yeah, and then you're spending 20 minutes every day filing.
Yeah.
It's like an hour.
That's right.
Necessarily.
That's right. I even set up after our conversation, I set up some automations, which I never knew how to do.
Rules, yeah.
Yeah, the rules in your Outlook.
Yeah.
So I get a few emails that are always the same, like my backup emails for the server. It just automatically goes into a folder now. That's 2 every single day. 2 emails every day that go in my inbox.
Yeah.
But now just in a folder, I don't even see them. I just check them to see that the backups worked every now and then. So then within the team, we use tools like WhatsApp, but we've got different different groups for different things. So say we'll have an operations one, we'll have a head office one. I might have a project specific one with me and 2 other people or whatever it might be. The team have their own communication. So we have like WhatsApp groups. We've just now incorporated Monday.com. So we're using that to help communicate and see what's going on. So I can now go into Monday and see all the tasks that need to be done. I can allocate tasks to people. They can allocate tasks to me. And we can just have a snapshot. And then I can even just go, "Okay, cool. Where's that package at? Cool. I'll speak to that person." And I go, "Hey, what have you done with this?" And they can update that. So maybe they update it and I don't even need to call them or see them because, yep, I can see that's action. Great. So that's a level. Definitely using tools is going to help you without a doubt. You've got to use some form of a system to be able to communicate. So as I said, we use Monday. We've got the WhatsApp groups. Emails, again, is another form of communication. I try these days a lot not to be bogged down with emails. Like I'm really trying to clear that up in my life.
How do you make sure they speak in the right way though?
So like what I found, good
sending
question.
an email and then sending a proper email is 2 different things.
Yeah, good question, because I found this happen in the group chats actually, and it was 2 things that I realized. In our group chat, it was the boys. Okay, so there's memes going along. There's things in the group chat that shouldn't be in a professional group chat. Say what you want with your friends.
Yeah.
But because we do have a close relationship with everyone, like I will swear at someone, I will do this, I will do that. And I realized that just this year, that it got too chummy in that regard. So what I ended up doing is I deleted the old group chat. I said, "Everyone, delete all group chats. We're starting fresh." and I created group rules. And I used chat for that and to help me. I said, this is what I want. Can you frame it and write it in a way that's, whatever. So now in your description, I go, it's got a whole bunch of things. So no, just off the top of my head, there's a whole range of things, but obviously you can't be abusive. You can't be saying these words. You can't, it's not no memes, no, like you can put little things like, playful things. That's fine.
Within a
reason.
work
Within a work environment. I don't want
to be safe for work.
There's nothing racist. There's nothing derogatory. There is nothing in that group chat that's going to be detrimental to me. Because let's say you have an employee that, okay, look, Simon, I've got to fire you. And he's like, fuck this guy. Can't believe he's fired me. And he goes, snapshot everything here, fair work. He called me an asshole here. He called me a wog here. He said my hair looks bad. He goes, I'm fat.
Yeah, and it was in different contexts at the time.
That's right. That's right. Mates, because you're mates, all this sort of stuff. And I saw that A, as a risk, but B, it's just not appropriate for work. In my own private chat, I'll do what I want and say what I want with him. Okay, that's completely different. And again, because there's a relationship there, not just work. He's my cousin as well, but there is that aspect of it too. And look, even another thing I put in the chat, because people still do slip up. They might say that an F-bomb, they might say a C-bomb, they might say something in that group chat. Oh, the other thing, I introduced a female into the group. So even more reason for them not to in one of the group chats. And then I also put one of the clauses in that chat was something along the lines of anything said by any individual is a reflection of them and not the position of the company. Do you know what I mean? So it's a sort of like a little disclaimer saying if you do slip up, that's on you. That's not, Pascon allowed us to swear and say these things and all that sort of jazz. So there is that element of it too, just having some rules. But that's, again, a system. How do you communicate? What do you have in place? Because it's not a problem until it becomes a problem. And I think a lot of the time we learn from our mistakes. So it might take me getting sued and going to Fair Work because I didn't have that system in place. Or I've thought, hey, this could be something we need to address now so it's not an issue in the future.
So you've set communication rules?
Yeah, a few communication rules. I think there's definitely a level of training that you could do to help people communicate better. And Simon has seen that specific, like he's a bit more of a hothead when it comes to dealing with people on site. He's just short sometimes in the sense of,
together, Simon.
That's it, come on, Simon. No, but he's very direct, right? Wears his heart on his sleeve and he's like, I don't give a fuck. Like he's not being personal. It's just a level of frustration. It's like, I don't give a fuck, just get it done. Like, why are you talking to me? You're not, it's 8 o'clock. You've been here for an hour and you've had 2 cigarettes and a coffee. You haven't done any work, mate. Like, get to work.
It's also funny how fired up he is.
Yeah, he's just passionate. Like, he loves,
Can you believe these guys?
He takes it personally, which is is a really good quality, I believe, because he cares a lot about the product that he's delivering because he feels it's an extension of him professionally and personally. Like, he'll drive past that site. I built that. All right? It's not Pascon built that. It's not the trades built that. I built that. Like, that's how he'll see that. So I love that about him and how he goes about it. But it's not always the best way to communicate to these trades or to people because you're going to get them offside. They'll be like, no, I'm not interested. Fuck. Oh, you watch how many coffees I have and how many cigarettes I'm having? Is that what you do here? Even though it was just a simple observation, like Simon's been there since 6:30, opening up site, walking up the things, and he sees someone coming in there and it's like, you're not doing that. I said, well, that's probably not the best way to communicate to that person. So if you have a team that does require a lot of communication skills, then you've got to train them in that too. It's like cold calling. Have you ever done cold calling, like hitting the phones?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, have you? No, but I mean like as a job, like what's, those in those rooms?
Real
Huh?
Real
oh, well, there you go. So there's got to be a level of training there. Like also, you can give anyone a phone.
At a call center.
That's what I meant. I meant that one.
Some calls.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I meant that one, like call centers, because that's hard. Cold calling is full on. Like if you're on the phone, and you're making 100 phone calls a day. Like how are you communicating? What are you doing? Because if you go, like, it happens to me all the time. I get someone calling me, oh, hi, sir. I'm like, is this George? And I said, yes. Who's this? And it's like, oh, would you like to be, because we actually have a free energy. Done. Like I just hang up now. Because someone hung up on me years ago and it pissed me off. And so now I just hang up and I block them. I know it probably doesn't do anything, but I block the number. But as soon as if they approach that differently and say, listen, before you go, this is a cold call. Maybe just approach it a little bit differently. And you're like, oh, okay. What's it about? I'm not going to hold up too much of your time. So you tell me whether we're going to continue further on this conversation or not. It's about your electricity and we can replace all the lights in your thing for free. Is that something you're interested in? Yes or no? Because if it's not, I'm gone. Because then it's a no. Hang up, next call.
Yeah. Also, so there's two sides to that. I take this from someone who's done the job.
Yeah. I need to.
Not everyone would like that. Someone would be like, didn't even ask me how I was. Didn't even, you know what I mean?
You're going to get
It's like,
different people.
Yeah. So you got to, there's no one size fits all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Different people want to, you know,
I suppose it depends what the business needs. Like, what's going to be the highest probability of you making a sale or doing whatever you've got to do from that perspective. You've got to probably pick one path because how do you know? You don't know the type. You don't have a profile on the person that you're calling.
yeah.
It's just a number and a name.
I used to work with this chick and we could not communicate.
Mm,
Like I'm very,
interesting.
hey,
Mm.
1, 2, 3, bang, see, cool, take it easy. And she's very la 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 la.
Yeah.
And I was like, she would tell me something, and I'd be like, you just said 137 words. You could have said 4. Like, do you get that? Like, you just wasted so much fucking time. And dude, we would never ever couldn't get along. She was a nice person.
Yeah.
Could not get along at all. We would just, I would say this, he would say that, and I'd be like, we're talking different languages.
How funny. Someone the other day said to me, it's like, hey, Robbie's really direct, yeah?
Yeah. Who said that?
I can't tell you. I'll tell you later.
I'm so direct.
Yeah.
It's like,
And I said, yeah. I go, that's how he is. I go, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
He goes, no. He goes, like, I was overhearing a conversation, and I was like, is he angry at him? Like, he goes, no. But I go, you know what you're going to get, all right? I go, you know what you're getting. It's not. Oh, I wonder what Robbie thinks. Robbie will tell you what he thinks. Hey, was that the best thing for you to have done just then? Because it's also helpful for the person you're giving the feedback to, like being direct.
Oh,
like not,
dude,
like don't beat around the bush.
What?
Is that, hey, that
Be
hat
kind,
and that
not
jacket.
nice.
That's right.
yeah,
All right. Hey,
It's
that
like-
hat and jacket doesn't match, just so you know.
this one.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, but saying that, it's like,
Yeah,
I just, hey, but it doesn't work with our company branding.
Yeah.
You should probably, maybe tomorrow come in and don't wear that.
Yeah.
It's not
And
saying,
leave
hey,
now.
you're ugly. Yeah, you're ugly. And I can't believe you made a stupid decision to
Yeah.
wear those 2 color choices today. It's no. Hey, that doesn't go with our company branding. Make sure tomorrow you're not wearing it. Thanks.
I believe in it is a skill. If I can say the same thing to you in 6 words, there is zero benefit to saying 400 words.
Yeah. It comes down to,
just a waste of time.
like your disc profile and where you land in that thing. Because, okay, let's just say, what's this girl's name? This girl's name. This chick that you were talking about that you communicated. You could have gotten more out of her. Was she working for you, with you? Like, was there any connection other than
No.
you sitting next to her?
Yeah, we were doing like we'd be on the same project.
Yeah. Okay, great. So you knowing what she's like as a person and where she fits in her profile,
Yeah.
a person that's really
I would-
talkative, you could control that situation and communicate and said,
I
hey,
would do that. I would do that.
Jessica, how was your weekend?
Yeah. I would do that.
wow. Like
know?
my weekend.
Yeah.
First I got up,
Sit
I got a
like-
pedicure, I got a manicure, I drove here, I went and tanned, I did this. You're just, oh, wow, that's great. That's awesome.
I would do that.
Yeah.
But it
So
was
there is a
like
level of
it
that.
was whenever we'd get to the point of a particular thing,
Mm.
and I'd be like, imagine, and this is where the issues would arise. It'd be like, okay, cool, there's something on site, and I'd be like, hey George, this wall here, see how it's black?
Yeah.
Needs to be white. And I'd be like, well, see this wall, it's black here. When they painted it, I think they were looking at different things and blah blah blah, and then they go around this whole
Yeah.
thing, and then I'm like, so what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, I'm busy. What do you want? And they're, we need to make it white. I'm like, you couldn't just fucking say that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about the story behind it. I don't care about, you know what I mean? And it's like, but some people need that.
Yes, but then the training there would be, and this is probably where doing something like a disc profile with all of your employees would be a powerful thing. And I'm actually going to do it. It's just we've been stupid 6 months, but the next 6 months is looking a lot better where I can plan that. Get someone in and
You
train
actually
it.
going to do it?
Yeah, I really want to. I think it's going to be beneficial for my team particularly because I can see the different personality types.
What if we just paid for it? No.
What do you mean?
Look, like, so do you think there is benefit in getting someone in? Or do you
Oh,
think
it's whoever. It's whether someone comes in or someone. I don't want to run it.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I think because I understand it. I'm not trained in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but yeah.
I could probably. It might not be a particular person. It could be another company that just comes in and goes, "Cool, we're going to do these disc profiles." It's just a level of helping your employees understand that because someone might not know that about you. All right. So say this chick, she's like, okay, I like to ask me about my weekend. I want to tell you the story about why this walls should be black instead of white. It also works the other way. She should know how to communicate with you at the same token, right? And it's not always about her and about how she wants to tell the whole story so everyone can hear her voice. Sometimes, okay, well, if you want to get the best out of Robbie, just give it to him in 3 to 6 words. Hey, Robbie, can you paint that wall white? Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Thank you. And then like hey,
I tried that.
Hey,
and then she
how
was
are
like,
you?
You don't know
Can't paint
why.
the wall white.
And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't care. That's right. But she needs to
The
understand
task
that.
needs to be done. It needs to be done. That's
That's
it.
right.
Like,
That's right. And then you make a call. Hey, paint the wall right. It's like, okay, good. Thursday. Excellent. Thanks. Bye. Done.
yeah.
And I've got a huge level of that too. I've got a huge level of that, especially when I'm organizing stuff. It's bang, 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 bang. Like get it done. I sort of flip between the two personalities.
Yeah, but I do as well.
Yeah.
There's a time to say, hey, man, like, how you doing? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
And,
and-
there's a time for, dude, 400 things happening right now. Hey, what do you need? Cool. Blah, blah, blah. Go.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that comes with a level of training and skill. You've got that. Do you know what I mean? You've got that. And I've seen that with you. You've asked me, hey, is everything all right? I said, yeah, dude, I'm just heaps on, stressed. I've got a lot on. I just can't, like, everything's happening at once.
Yeah.
But you find, you have the, what's the word? Awareness. You have the awareness to go, okay, something's off on how George is acting the last week. He's not the type. Normally he comes in, hey, fucker, what's happening? And last week I've just been walking past your office, not talking to you. And I don't hate you. It's like, you don't take it
Thanks for
personally.
clearing that up.
Huh?
Thanks for clearing
That's
that
all
up.
right. That's all right. I thought I needed to because I saw you sad.
That was so my life.
Sorry, I was like. And just for context, that hasn't happened this week. I've been in a pretty good mood, I think. So, but yeah, there was periods where it's like shit's happening, shit's blowing up, clients are punching on, and we're in this, and trades aren't doing the work, and whatever's happening. But you have the foresight to do that. That's because you're trained. A lot of people don't have that skill set. A lot of people don't know. And I think that's, if you, as a business owner, as a leader, it could even be in your own family, how do you help them to be able to communicate in a way that's going to be impactful and meaningful?
So what should people do?
If you want to be better, you have to upskill. Like, okay, from a couple of things. As an employee, either upskill yourself, like get your iPad, get YouTube. Like, there are so many things there. In this day and age, I think there is no excuse for you not to be the best version of yourself for free. There is so much free content out there. You can literally learn almost any skill on YouTube. You can learn almost any skill by Googling it and doing research, not necessarily have. And then if you want more and to go deeper in something that interests you, pay for it. Yes.
Yeah. Or you might know someone that's creating an online community where, you know, you can learn everything
Learn everything
about how they do.
about
what they
particular
do.
topics.
Yeah.
So that could be of interest to you. So it could be marketing. It could be AI. It could be branding, a whole range of things. Imagine if there was a place that you could go and learn all of that, all of it for absolutely nothing. You're talking content that would be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, which I have no doubt, because when you accumulate the level of experience that this imaginary platform might have,
Yeah.
and you put it into one space, and now you go, wow, I could learn that and it would cost me nothing but my time and effort.
Yeah. And it
Phenomenal.
would be called the CMO Playbook, which stands for Chief Marketing Officer Playbook.
And-
It teaches you everything.
And any business owner could use that.
Any business owner could use it.
How?
They just got to go to cmoplaybook.ai and register for free. It's coming out.
That's amazing.
Next month.
I might do it right now.
Actually, 1st of August, whenever that is.
CMO.
How-
CMOplaybook.ai.
cmoplaybook.ai.
I'm going to bring it up.
You can get on, register. We're sharing everything. It is literally everything. But you know, you just mentioned the thing about upskilling, right?
Yeah.
You know what I do with my team now? I say to every single one of them, on Thursday morning, they all have a 15 minute meeting with me. And I say, I need you to dedicate 2 to 4 hours a week of researching what the latest AI trends, skills, platforms,
Yep.
tools are, and come to me and say, this is what's happening in my space.
Just on the camera. I want everyone to see that. I know you can't zoom
Very
in,
cool.
but it's Robbie's
Zoom in,
face.
zoom in.
I don't
Find
know.
a way.
Zoom in, figure it out. There you go.
The CMO Playbook.
CMO Playbook. And
can
Matt,
look
like,
it all.
credit to you, because when you said this to me, right, He said, hey, I'm going to build this. I'm like, do you know what the first thing I said? I'm going to join the list. Fuck this. This is great. The first thing I said, how much are you charging? Okay, what's it going to cost? I got, here,
Take my money.
it. Take it. Here's my money. What am I paying? I speak to you every day. I'll still pay you for it. And you're like, I'm going to do it completely for free. And I was like, why? Like, I'm a capitalist. Make money. Fuck them. And you're like, no, completely for free. Everything, I'm going to give it away. Everything I know.
It's going
I
to be
don't know why.
everything I know.
Yeah. I said, why? And he said, I just need people to understand how good this is and how good everything is going to be for them.
Yeah, and just for full transparency here, my goal is this. Okay, my goal is you jump on, you learn some shit, and you'll do one of two things. You will either take it and implement what you learn and run with it, and that'll be amazing, and you'll be happy, and you'll be like, hey man, you changed my business, you changed my life, whatever it is, and I'll be like, great. Or you'll turn around and be like, hey, this guy knows his stuff. Come work with us. And I'll sit down with you and we'll work together and we'll get some great results and that'll be great. You know what I mean? And some people will choose to do this and some people will choose to do that. And whichever way you choose to go is up to you. There's no, once you get in, I give you a bit and then it's like, oh, if you want the rest, come to, it's like, no, everything's there. You want to do it yourself? You got the chance. You don't want to do it yourself? Let's chat. And my hope is, say 10,000 people come in. Of those 10,000, there might be, 10 or 20 or 100 who turn around and say, hey, come work with us.
Yeah.
And that'll happen. I believe that'll happen. But my goal is ultimately to build trust with everyone and turn and say like, hey man, I've been doing this for long enough now. I know what the fuck I'm doing. And it's like, here, this is all laid out for you. I mean, you can see it. You can see what we do. You can see how we do it. We educate people for free anyway.
Yep. Yeah, we do so much of that.
You know what I mean? And it's like, let me just give you everything.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing behind it. But
love it.
I think people do need to upskill, man. I think people need to.
There has to be a level of
spend
responsibility.
Yeah.
It has to be. Look, again, this is fine for employees. This isn't a bad thing for employees just because it's targeted to business owners who are going to implement it in the business.
Do you reckon people get scared about that?
Which?
About if my employees upskill.
No.
You know what I mean?
Why would I be scared if my employees got better on their own accord?
So no, but do you think there are people who think if this guy learns everything in the business, they might leave?
Yeah, there's definitely people like that for sure. But
Yeah,
I reckon it's silly. It's a stupid way to think.
Yeah, because imagine they don't learn it and they
stay.
Yeah,
like seriously. Seriously, I'd be pumped if one of my employees said, "Hey, I've just paid out of my own money to go do this course." Oh, mate, you should have told me. I would have paid for it. I would have paid for it. Here, go, and I'll pay you to be there whilst you're learning it. I'm happy to do that stuff because I see the value in what they're going to do with the ROI, and that's a great. You're paying your employees to learn about AI 4 hours a week.
Yeah.
You're giving them money. Hey, this is part of your job. This is part of what we do. You need to come to me. You need to be utilizing these skills, and every business owner should be doing this to a degree as well.
Yeah, like and they've come through some bizarre tools to it. And I'm like, whoa, this is available.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, have you thought about this? Have you thought about
well,
this?
Dude,
there's got to be a level of it, even in a construction business like mine. Guys, if you find ways to do things better, more efficient, you should all be using ChatGPT. All of you should be using it. There's no reason, or a platform like that, I don't care what it is, Gemini or whatever you use something. If you get a 3-page email, copy, paste, put it into ChatGPT, 10 dot points, please. Right? Don't waste your time reading a 43-page email.
Do you do that?
Yeah, if I get ridiculously long emails, which I had a contractor the other day.
Don't you get summaries on your Outlook?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's built in.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there you go. Another thing I've learned today. I might introduce that. Oh, I've got Copilot. That's like an AI thing though.
It summarizes the emails though.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, just there's a thing at the top. You click it and it'll summarize the email.
Oh, there you go.
In.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I just thought it was just another chat, like the Microsoft version.
It is.
Of chat. Yeah, I know, but I just hadn't used it.
I've
used it a bit.
It's connected with OpenAI.
Oh, is it?
Partnered, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay, there you go. Interesting.
They are their thing. So Google's got their own. Yeah. Microsoft hasn't made their own.
So they're just partnered with OpenAI.
So,
yeah, interesting. But yeah, don't spend 4 days. I had a carpenter, he would have spent, this is where it's so stupid. He would have spent an hour of his time writing that to me.
Do you reckon you chatted it?
No, 100% not. I could tell the language. You can tell these days that when someone uses chat.
What if he's good at it?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
I'm telling you. I know. Let's be stereotypical for a second. Most carpenters are not that. literate. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't. We'll put it out there. Hey, I'm a builder. I'm like that myself. All right. But I can tell, like, he would have spent an hour plus writing that email to me. And I did not read a single fucking word of it. I put it into chat, summarizing 10 dot points. What is he saying? And I said, is this? Okay, cool. Respond in this way. I didn't even write the response to him, other than directing which direction I was going to. I've read it, my response, before I sent it, obviously. But what would have taken me 10 minutes to read, plus another 30 minutes to respond to, took me 5. So my employers should be using any AI that they can to help them communicate better, to help them do their job better. Because the future of the world isn't going to be, oh, we're going to be run over by AI, which it will, as in, what I mean by that is, your job is going to be dependent on how well you can use the AI tools at your disposal, right? How long you stay here is, if my business grows by 60%, instead of me going to hire more people, why don't I put in more AI things, agents, processes that they can use to do more work? That's where it's going to go, which will affect the labor force, because that means now I don't need to go and hire 43 people to do that extra 60% more work or whatever it is. So
I'll wrap it up with this. I got a call 2 days ago, and it was a cold call. Hey, Ravi, I saw you into AI stuff, blah, blah, blah. I've got a really cool agent. Would like to talk to you about it. So I was like, okay. So I call it back. Hey, man, my name's Cody, blah, blah, blah. He talks to me. He's like, do you want to book in a call? I was like, sure. Like, I'll get on a call. So I get on a call with them yesterday, and they do this whole spiel. Very impressive. I was like, okay, cool. Like AI agents, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, yeah, so, and then something dawned on me. They got AI agents to outreach. They're blah, 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 we'll set you up. It's holding. And I'm like, okay. And then I stopped and I'm like, and I looked at the other guy and I was like, hey, Cody. He's like, yeah. And I was like, are you going to show me that are you a real person? And then he's like, of course. And I was like, so you guys are selling agents that cold call people, and you guys are fucking cold calling people with humans?
yeah.
And they're like, and I was like,
Come on, bro.
come on, guys.
Yeah.
You're not even using your own shit.
Yeah.
I mean?
The funny, and I mentioned this to you the other day. I called someone the other day and the phone answered. And they're like, hey, this is Susie. Sorry, Jeff can't answer the call at the moment. But, how can I help you? I'm like, hey, Susie, I'm just calling up regarding, I just need to know when Jeff's coming on site to do X, Y, Z. And she's like, oh, okay, great. Look, I'll pass on that message to him and then I'll get back to you. Is that okay? I'm like, yeah, look, that's okay. Can you get him to call me ASAP? And then I said something else. And I go, oh, also, and then she started to talk, and I realized it was an agent as soon as I started talking. And then she's like, and then I said something, and it's like, oh, great. Do you want me to put you onto the finance department? And I'm like, no, I didn't even mention that. So it was, and this guy's old, like, that I called. He's not the AI person that should be using it, right?
That's going to happen, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to get to that.
So he got that, and I just think he had a bad agent.
No,
but he was on the right.
Just need to be trained.
Yeah, that's what it could have been too.
Like when you hire a person first, they still need more training before.
So I hung up in the end because I realized I wasn't talking to the right person, and it just annoyed me when I asked the question and said, "Oh, do you want to speak to the finance department?" I'm like, "You fucked it. You lost me. You had me before then." Yeah. But I was still impressed that he had employed that in his business. So because when he was working, he didn't want to take the calls, but he wanted to take the calls. So it was cool that he had done that. I was really impressed.
I think it's going to get to the point, and I should send it when you sent that message. I replied to you with this, but I think it's going to get to the point where you're going to say the person's going to make an error, and then you're going to realize that it's a human. AI won't make an error.
That's right.
AI's going to handle the call.
Yeah. And then hang up on the person.
Yeah, he goes, "This is a human." Ah, fucking. And then hang up on them.
Too good. Awesome, man. What a good chat. Good chat. There's a lot of exciting things. But yeah, get better at communication because it's going to be critical to you in your whole life, in all aspects. When you can communicate better and get your message across and get the desired result, what a life.
Yeah,
what a life.
I think there is an element of communication with AI. Like prompting
100%. That's going to be a skill too. Yeah, for sure. It's no longer like, I said this with my nephew the other day. He was like, I asked chat everything. I said, like, as in, what's the weather today? Instead of Googling it. I said, yeah, but you're not asking the right questions. You're just using it as as a responsive thing. Like, go deep. Hey, I want you to act as an expert in meteorology, and I want you to forecast for me what the next month is going to look like and what days I should go for a run. You know, like, go that deep.
Yeah.
And then
it even goes deeper than that.
yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, at the moment, a lot of people just use it as a prompt. They don't use it at its full capacity. And that's the same with everything. And most of those people will get left behind for the people that take it to that next level. And then eventually they'll catch up and like, oh yeah, I have an agent that answers all my phone calls. You know? So excellent. Excellent. Well, thanks for the chat. Always pleasure. Always love having you guys here and listening. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We haven't done a call out like that for a while.
Nah, don't do anything.
Don't do anything. Just subscribe. Press the red button. Press the orange button. Whatever color it is. Just press them.
Share it with your mother.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You reckon anyone share? If you've shared it with your mother, can you send me a DM, please, and just let me know? I'd love to know if that message is getting through to anyone at all. I'm going to share this with my mum.
Yeah. My dad listens to every episode.
Does he?
Yeah. He watches it on YouTube. Remember? He's like,
Shout out to Steve.
Shout out to Steve. We've got to get him on when he's overseas at the moment. But when he gets back, we'll get him on. We'll get him on the podcast.
Get him on.
But yeah, he was saying he listens to every episode, watches every episode, and he's like, you guys, he goes, how come you don't have more views? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, you'll see, that was early days.
I thought he said you gays.
You gays.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not gays.
Like,
Relax.
We
just do a podcast together.
Stop watching.
We just
like
we see each other. We just see each other every day. We hang out all the time. We just speak all the time. We go deep. We're not gay. Okay, we promise. Anyway. He's like, oh, you don't have many views. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Relax. Okay, he goes, I see your YouTube views. He goes, I watched the whole episode. He goes, but you don't have many. I go, yeah, but it's on other platforms. You didn't understand the concept. It's on, Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. It's everywhere. Anyway, it's going to grow. But he'll be one of the ones that watched it day one. And then when it gets to 3 million views an episode.
3 million.
Is that all?
But we do appreciate those of you who do
love it,
tune in regularly and are subscribed. If you are a regular listener and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps the show.
Very polite.
Do you know what I mean?
Very
it
polite.
helps us continually move forward and reach more people.
That's it. Day in, day out.
If this is your first episode, it's okay. We'll let you have this one for free. Right? But if you've listened regularly and you like what we're about, or you've learned something, or you've seen a clip and you're like, hey, these guys are not that bad, give us a subscribe. Goes a long way.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have an amazing day. Speak to you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.